Hi there, I'm Sian Holderness, and welcome to Health Unravelled. I'm a nutritionist, counsellor, and eating psychology coach, and in my almost decade of experience in the health industry, have seen far too many women and men become consumed with weight loss, only to end up yo-yo dieting with disordered eating patterns and impinge and restrict cycles. This just breaks my heart, so I'm here to unravel everything you thought you knew about health and yourself, to help you start putting the pieces of the puzzle together and begin the process of aligning your mind, body, and soul, creating a happier, healthier you. So let's dive straight in. Welcome back to another episode of Health Unravelled. It is my absolute pleasure to be bringing you this episode. I usually try and keep the episodes short and sweet, packed full of information. Today's will be along that line of nice and short, easy to digest, and it will change the way that you look at your body, which is very exciting. Now, I just did this week's card pull, and I pulled the card that says trust your path, and it is so beautiful. It says, if you knew you would be supported, what would you do? The universe is conspiring. Keep facing your true north. Your job is not to pave the path, but to simply keep facing your true north and take one step after another. If you do this, you can't go wrong. The universe is conspiring. Don't waver or doubt. Use your heart as a compass and put one foot in front of the other. If you follow the invisible trail of what lights you up, you will light up the world without even trying. Most people don't follow the highest call of their soul because they're waiting to see the end destination before they take the first step. If you take one baby step each day, within a year, you will have taken 365 steps in your dedicated direction. If you want to write a book, write a page every day. If you want to change careers, do one thing every day in dedication to that. Before you know it, in just a year from now, you will turn back and look in awe at how far you have journeyed. Keep moving and open yourself up to a whole new level of support and receiving. Things are not going to work out the way you're planning, but if you have a little faith and keep showing up, they will work out even better than you could have possibly imagined. Don't micromanage the universe. Trust your path and let your soul lead the way. If you knew you would be supported no matter what would you do? How incredibly beautiful is that? And it's so true when we put that in perspective of our health as well. We so often want to see the big picture, like show me the results, show me this is going to work, show me the proof before we try something. And we go to those things, to those people who are showing us that. And yet we still end up spending years and years and years walking around in circles, right? And if we were just to do one small thing every day, like I've spoken about in previous episodes with health foundations especially, if we were just to work slowly towards those things every day, in a year from now, things would look so completely different if only we trusted in our path. And that blends in so beautifully into today's episode, which is focused on the topic that health shouldn't be hard. And yet it feels so difficult and so frustrating in the moment, in the journey, when you're on the path, when you're taking those baby steps and you're looking for that proof and the shiny object, you know, that we're going to head towards. And we feel that if we do something now, we should have had results yesterday. Like, hang on, I started this today. Why am I not seeing results already? And that's just a part of, you know, the struggle, the discomfort, because health feels so hard. It seems so unobtainable to so many people. And that's where I feel I want to share a completely different message. Now, don't get me wrong, when we change things, there will be discomfort. And I've spoken in depth about that in some of the earlier episodes of this podcast. You know, when we want to change something, it's uncomfortable and our brain doesn't like that. But health in ourselves and the way our body functions and does what it does shouldn't be hard, and it doesn't need to be hard. I think the weight loss industry and the fitness industry makes it look so much harder than it actually is. And I'm going to share why with you. Now, take for example a blade of grass. right? A blade of grass is designed to grow, and that's what it does. It grows every single day. It doesn't stop one day and say, oh my God, it's so hard to grow today. I just don't feel like it. I'm not going to do it today. It's too difficult. It just does effortlessly. For a bird to fly, it just does, right? Every single day, so effortlessly, because that's what it's designed to do. And you might be thinking, what does grass and birds have to do with health in any way, shape, or form? And the reason for this is something called homeostasis. Our body is designed to keep us alive. And to keep us alive, our body needs to be healthy, right? So our body is constantly trying to bring us to a place of what's called homeostasis. Now, if I was to define homeostasis for you, if you were to look it up on Google, for example, it would tell you that homeostasis is a self-regulating process by which biological systems maintain stability while adjusting to changing external conditions. And within our body, how our body does this is it monitors and maintains internal state. So it's maintaining our temperature, our blood sugar level, our ability to regulate various physiological processes to keep our body steady and balanced. Your body, your human form, wants to be balanced. It wants to be healthy. It wants to be at ease. And every single day, that's what it's trying to do. And it never gives up on you. And so often, and this is something I've experienced myself, so I can speak, firsthand, but also with the hundreds of clients that I've worked with over the years, I've seen it. We find this distrust in our body in the weight loss process. And because for a lot of us, and especially if you're here, there's been this battle of trying to lose weight and perhaps struggling to do so. And we want to lose weight because we want to be healthy. We want to feel confident. We want to do all of those things. And when our body doesn't do what we've told it that it should do, and we've told it what it should do because society has told us what we should do and what we should expect because we've seen proof that it works, that when it doesn't work for us, we start to distrust ourselves. And this happens at a whole nother level with chronic disease and autoimmune conditions, which is something that I experience in my life as well. So there's this whole huge level of distrust. And yet simply, internally, all our body is trying to do is maintain homeostasis. It's trying to find balance with everything that we do to it. And it does that so naturally. Your body never gives up on you and says, hang on, this is too hard. I don't feel like trying to maintain homeostasis today. It doesn't do that. It just does its absolute best every single day. And when we look at it in that perspective, why would we want to make it even harder for our body to do that? Right? Why would we want to try and make health harder? Now, quite simply, if we were to follow those foundations of health, those pillars of health that I've spoken about in previous episodes, and if you haven't listened to them, I'd highly suggest you go back and do so, because arming yourself with the information I've spoken about today alongside that episode on health foundations, you can create a completely different story for your health and your body. Because if we can maintain those health foundations, we're actually doing the absolute best that we can to then support our body to maintain homeostasis, which is what it tries to do unconditionally for us. No matter how much hate you may have for yourself, no matter how much distrust you may have for your physical body, unconditionally, it will do its absolute best. And this is even in the case of chronic disease and autoimmune conditions. Our body will still do its best, the best that it can. Sometimes it might get a little bit confused when in autoimmune conditions, where it tries its best by attacking by attacking our own bodies. However, it's still trying to do its absolute best. And why can we not support our body to do that? Why can we not help our body to maintain balance and homeostasis by just simply following good foundations of health? And if we can do that, we can start seeing how much better our energy is and how much better we feel. For a lot of people, as they implement those health foundations, they do lose weight because when we give our body what it needs, it's able to maintain homeostasis exactly as it should. And we can't do that when we're in this all or nothing mindset. Like, I'm going to do it, but only if I get results. And if I don't get results, then I'm not going to do it at all. Or once I stop, that's it. I'm all off track. Our body is just going to try and help regulate that. That makes this job even harder. If we're in this control rebellion cycle, this all or nothing, it's going to be really, really difficult for our body to try and then balance that out. So if we can learn to take back our need for control, take back our need, our extrinsic motivation, our conditional, I'm only going to be healthy if I see weight loss, and if I don't, then I won't do it anymore. If we can take back those conditions we have on our body and instead do the bare minimum to help our body function well, our body needs protein, our body needs fruits and vegetables, our body needs sleep, our body needs movement, and our mind needs mindfulness and water. Those are our health foundations. If we can do those things and then see how our body reacts to that and then see how we feel. Now, we can tweak those things, don't get me wrong. We can create caloric deficits. We can do those kind of things. However, if you can do that knowing and trusting your body to do what it needs to do, you're going to find yourself in a much happier, healthy position. Rather than being in this place of looking for constant control and then struggling when we don't see the results that come with that, and then kind of rebelling against it all over again, or like I said, being in the all or nothing mindset. Now, that is why health shouldn't be hard, and it doesn't have to be. You don't have to choose for it to be hard. You can get out of the cycles that you are in. It's possible because I help people do it every single day. It's what I love. I love empowering people to find love and trust in their bodies and to actually create this form of respect and be able to honor their bodies. That's why I created Self Honor School as a free place that people can come to learn how to create honor within their lives for their bodies. Because when we honor ourselves, we're able then to treat our body with respect because we have an unconditional love for ourselves, because we know our body is always only trying to do its best. At all points in time, it is only trying to do its best. And how can we then honor that process and assist in that process, right? Now, I want to take a second here for a little shameless plug because I am launching or relaunching the Emotional Eating Workshop, which I'm really, really excited to do. I first ran the Emotional Eating Workshop literally a year ago in 2021, and I had some absolutely incredible results. And then I ran it kind of with clients, so in a one-on-one context. And those clients then were able to completely transform their relationship with their health and their all or nothing mindset because they were able to step out of that emotional eating cycle. And so I am now relaunching the Emotional Eating Workshop, which is very, very exciting for me. There will be a link in the show notes. I would love for you to check it out if this is something that you are struggling with right now, because as I said, if we can take baby steps, little steps along the way, trust the process, learn to trust our bodies, and be able to honor our body in all that it needs, I can show you how to change that cycle. That is exactly what I'm here for. Now, I love for you to check out the Emotional Eating Workshop. There is a little option for you to also upgrade to add into one-on-one appointments. One of those appointments is actually an emotional awareness consultation where we're able to go through the specific emotions that are playing a role in this emotional eating cycle and really work out where your learning process came from as to how to manage it, what you feel about that emotion, and really bring awareness to the really deep subconscious limiting beliefs that are causing you to perhaps not be able to sit in that emotion and why. A lot of the time, particularly with emotions that we deem to be really negative, we have these limiting beliefs that we shouldn't feel that, we can't feel that, we should be happy all the time, we shouldn't be angry, and it's almost like a toxic positivity set up. So we combined that emotional awareness consultation with a one-on-one counseling consultation at the end to really bring it all together. So please check that out. The link's in the show notes. And otherwise, I can't wait to chat to you again next time. If you loved this episode, please let me know by leaving me a review or sharing this with your friends. It's so important for me to get this information out to those that need to hear it. So your feedback means the absolute world to me. And also, if you have any topic requests, hit me up with them too.